Hey, you incredible cosmic soul tribe. Happy Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Either way, hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I truly do appreciate every single one of you. I do have a reading here for you today, so do take it as resonates. Of course, there are 4 categories, okay? So there is no limits put upon this reading. And if it's not the first category that fits, it could definitely be the second or the third or the fourth, okay? So just don't limit yourself to something specifically. Just allow yourself to listen to what the message is bringing to you. And in one ear and out the other if it doesn't seem to suit your journey line, lifeline, or storyline, okay? The energies that I do have are very specific though, okay? So the first one that we're starting with, the message that came through is a person who is very manipulative, that seeks attention and throws pity parties, and they're very conceited, okay? Yet there's a realization that they're going to be having that's going to be mind-changing. So it's going to destroy their old perception, okay? Anyway, the next category, and we will elaborate further on this, but I want to let you guys know all the categories are specifically before we get into it completely. The second category, safety and love. It's safe for you to love. There's an uplifting spirit about this person that you're in love with, and you could be sleeping a lot more. Or this person could be, but the reason I'm feeling sleeping a lot more, like in a good way, it's not a bad thing, like not somebody who's depressed or anything. Somebody actually feels safe enough to sleep. Like there's some people in this world where anxiety keeps people awake and they don't get enough sleep. They feel like they can't take a nap. They feel like they can't slow down, so there's somebody who finally feels safe enough in this energy to be able to relax and calm down and not have to feel rushed and not have to feel like they have to be at a certain spot like that quickly, or like the pace of their life has finally slowed down, which is a lot healthier. So they've been sleeping a lot more because they've been feeling this uplifting spiritual energy with this loved one, this lover, this person that could be a friendship or even whatever it may be. There's just some kind of safety and love, and in love is a very widespread, like there's different types of love. There's not just one love, there's love for a partner, love for your work or your coworkers, there's love for a friend, love for a family member, right? But whoever has an uplifting spirit has been helping somebody feel uplifted themselves, which is uplifted from feeling chained, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, okay? Now, third category, someone here is so very depressed and sad, and it could be you, it could be somebody you know. Like I said, you have to take it as it resonates. Whoever this is, they definitely need a helping hand, and empathy is needed in their situation. I do obviously send whoever this is a spiritual hug, because sometimes what we need is a support system. But this person doesn't like the holidays, and there's a specific reason for that. There's a lot of trauma that they're healing that is based off sexual trauma. So during the holidays, this person definitely experienced some things that were very traumatic, and like it crossed their boundaries, I don't really want to get into it, but if you guys know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If this is you, then I don't want to like dredge up anything, okay? I just want you to realize that God notices what you're up to and why you're upset and why you're not liking certain things, and that you are recognized in it, okay? If it's not you, this is something that maybe you needed to be aware of, because this is what this person that you care about is going through. Maybe they won't open up or say anything about it, but who would want to, though? It makes it really difficult to trust anybody, especially in that type of situation. And then with the fourth category, we have Manipulative, which is the solar plexus chakra. That's the fire element. The sun provides healing energy. Try to get out in the sun for 20 to 30 minutes a day. Whoever God is talking to get out into the sun 20 to 30 minutes a day, they wear their heart on their sleeve. And when you wear your heart on your sleeve, you have a high duty to take care of self. If you're going to provide other people with care, you have to make sure you're providing yourself with care. Your aura reflects your emotional, mental, and spiritual health. So when you are allowing yourself to be a healer, like you know you are, like you feel it, you're a light worker, you're a starseed, whatever it may be, your duty is to also self-serve. It is to make sure that your emotional, mental, and spiritual health are a-okay. In that sense, it's making sure that it is developing, that it is making progress, that it is healing, that it isn't deteriorating, right? And this is what this is saying, like, because you wear your heart on your sleeve, just to make sure that when you are giving love, that you are fully in that embraced energy of yourself too, right? My eyelash is doing all these weird, what is going on? So those are the 4 categories, and I will elaborate on them Osho Zen first. So starting with the first category of the person who's a very manipulative individual that's conceited, that's about to have some kind of realization that's going to change their mind. Extra confirmation. Safety and love. It's safe for you to love. Uplifting spirit. Flowering. As well as rebel. So the rebel. 4. Now that's actually amazing because like I just said about feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling tied down in that way, this uplifting energy has allowed that feeling to no longer be existent, right? Inside someone's reality. That gave them the ability to feel like they can rebel against anything that tries to keep them from progressing and growing, flowering. Okay? And during the time that they're sleeping more, there's a lot more epiphanies. There's deja vu feelings. Like things are happening in their mind and it's activating spiritual perception. That's what's happening. Number 4, 4th house could be specific. Cancer, the moon, right? We just had the full moon in Cancer on January 13th, and that is a residual energy up to 10 days, all the way up until the 23rd of January. Okay. Now another thing with the 4th, it could be April, could be the 4th day of the month, could be life path number 4, could be somebody sees 4s a lot. Okay. If you do see 444, just know that's divine protection. Okay. All right. Now someone here is so very depressed and sad. Category, healing that sexual trauma. Suppression, number 10. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Like 10th house energy could be Capricorn. It could be Saturn's energy. It could be also October, the 10th day of the month. Maybe something to do with 10 days from now specifically too. Suppression. This is why this person is very depressed and sad. They have a lot of suppressed feelings that they have not been able to communicate, talk about, elaborate on, express. And there's anger in there, right? Like there was anger in the beginning, but they didn't know how to express or stand up for themselves during the time. But there's still that in there. They still want to get that out. They still want to be able to show the world how that made them feel. And it's like they don't even know how to show the world anything because, for one, they've hid it for so long. They didn't know how to come out about it in the first place, right? But there's certain reasons why this person doesn't like certain things about holidays or whatever because of what happened. Okay, and maybe there's been some things that have been brought up within this person's life, whether it be you or not, that have been like, why don't you like the holidays? But you're not really 100% certain how to express or answer that. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to, or whoever this is wants to, they really do, but they are also concerned. They have a trust issue. They have an insecurity of it. What happened hurt a lot. Like damaging, you know? So there's a lot of that suppression going on. Now, Manipura wears their heart on the sleeve, 20 to 30 minutes a day to get out in the sun. Morality and the Lovers came through. Number 6. Could be 6th house, could be Mercury, could be Virgo, of course. It also could be life path number 6, June, or the 6th day of the month. Morality. Like, that's what this is. The more you reflect upon your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, your physical health and overall well-being, that is you maturing, that is you growing, that is giving you the ability to share that with others, which is loving. That is the loving energy. That's the loving intent that you hold within you to help others. But you can't just give up on yourself, because what you're preaching to others is to not give up on them. You're telling them to not give up on you, so you can't give up on you. Okay? That's not just overall like producing more love for others, but it's producing more love for self. Okay? And I feel really strongly that we got some really good tarot coming in on that fourth category, no doubt. So now we are going to use the tarot, the Divine Celestial Tarot. Okay, we have the Hermit, the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Cups in the reverse, and that's perfect for all the categories. What's the last category? One per, and we'll see if we need to go deeper. Okay, I guess two at the last, but I had a feeling it was going to be really good energy for tarot there. Okay, the Hermit. This is exactly what this individual in the first category, that's conceited and very manipulative and always seeks attention and throws pity parties when they don't get their way. Okay, and they're having some kind of realization. They're having this self-enlightenment. The point being of them actually having to undergo something within for a transition to take place is them having to withdraw. But I feel like it's not them personally doing it. God personally took them away and isolated them on purpose, because he's tired of other people around this individual enabling this individual to continuously keep being manipulative. And God is saying, no, this is like a divine intervention. Stepped in. I'm not letting that happen anymore. The Hermit is a Virgo's energy as well as your Chinese, your rooster, but this is still telling me that the Hermit, they need to shine light on their true being. They can't be manipulating their whole way through life. This is not them learning their lessons. This is them repeating the same mistakes from the past. This is a cycle that they have not been able to break. And maybe somebody's been praying for them, right, on the side or something, and God's been hearing it. God notices everything and realizes everything, and this person is finally having to have no other choice but to go through a reflection of self. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be shadow work. It's going to be all the things that are difficult and challenging to try to face, and to finally open up to the truth and the awareness of how self has been, having to forgive self, all those things. Then we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which is the beautiful point that I was making about no longer feeling entrapped. This is freedom. This is you getting away from a situation that was restricted, or this person because they were feeling super tied down to insecurity and unstableness, right? So now they're flowering and they're able to free themselves, no longer feeling stagnant, stuck. There could be some weight loss here too if they're sleeping a lot more and eating a lot less, which is okay. Like I said, it's actually for the benefit of them to try to find a balance in their life that they weren't at. There was no balance there, but something. Now they're able to finally get to the point that they need to be. The Tower is in the reverse. Yeah, a lot of this energy took a long time to finally get to this point because there was a lot of inability to face the truth or one's fear. Okay. Then we have the Four Cups in the reverse, and I'm going to tell you this is what this individual that is sad really needs, is like the checking in for alignment type of feeling, and not to allow one situation or two situations or maybe three, because I feel like there's been quite a repetitive situation for this person sexually that wasn't it was against their permission. Like they didn't. Okay. It's more of the ability to see the bright side. Now I can tell you I relate to the situation, and the way that I can get through it is that I'm aware that people can do that. People can act like that. People can manipulate you into a situation and definitely take hold of your innocence and it's blinded, like you're blinded to the situation because you're so innocent type of feeling. Now I just want you to really look at it like this, or if you really had to give this person some empathy, but you were always a kind person. The fact that you were that kind and that innocent and that pure to be taken advantage of like that, no, you should know you're pure and innocent in everything you do. Okay, that's one way to look in the sense of where I'm going. And then the second thing to be really in that logic is the fact that you now are aware of how people can be and what the red flags are. And especially if you were to ever have children, or if you do have children, you definitely know where to look and what to see and how to go about it. Say, like, if your child were in a situation that you would know how to tell your child about these situations, for one, because you would know that you wouldn't want them to ever go through something like this. So you would know to tell them to be aware, for one, and that if anybody were to ever try to do something that was against their permission, that they would have to scream or demand to know and run away and do the things that, you know, you didn't do or this person didn't do at the time, but giving them that courage and that strength to actually fight back and not be in a position of like, wow, I haven't, like, I can't even do anything, you know, as well as just trying to heal from it all in all, so that you don't carry that with you forever, because that doesn't make you who you are, that doesn't take away from who you are. Yeah, it really is it's a very touchy subject, and I still am trying to heal myself from the things that I've had to go through, but you know, I'm strong. I know I am. Because of all the things I've had to go through, plus those things, I am extra strong. You know, I got a real backbone because I don't tolerate that. And that's why I feel it so much with other people all the time. And I know it's hard for other people to really open up about it. I get it. I don't like it either. But I'm telling you guys, because this is what a psychic, this is what a medium, this is what an empath does. This is somebody, I'm an empathetic therapist. I'm here to relate with you. I'm here to be familiar with you because I want you to know you're not alone. Even if it's hard for me to get it out and talk about it, I'm still going to, because I'm not going to hold back, because I know for a fact that it can help anybody to know that they're not alone in these situations. And I'm still healing. And it's not easy, and it's not been like the easiest thing to, you know, face and accept, for one, or forgive, because, you know, those were really, really challenging. But I have moved on from those things. I know that there's still things I'm repairing within me because of those things. It's never ending to heal, but as long as you're making progress, that's what matters. Okay? All right. And then with this energy, we have the Nine of Swords and then the Ace of Wands. Okay? Isolation, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling maybe even a little bit of fear, right? So even when we're being spiritual beings, fully entrusted in God, we still have fear. We do. But when we do, we usually know what to do with it. We give it to God as much as we can. Okay? And we're like, okay, God, this is what I'm fearful of. We're allowed to have a fear because God wants us to express that to Him. Say, hey, God, I'm a little scared right now. I'm a little fearful. Like, this is where I need your help. This is why we pray. Okay? This is why we keep connection with God, is because these things happen. Things that we can be thankful for, things that we need to ask for help and protection for, things we need to ask for support for. Okay? And the Ace of Wands is like a brand new way of seeing it, a new vision of seeing, like, when you're in those upset moods, you know, and you need to isolate yourself from the world so that you're not, like, giving it to the world or projecting it onto the world, because you're a powerful being. I don't care how you see it or how you look at it, you're powerful, okay? And if you aren't necessarily, like, say you're, like, in a mood of, like, I'm overwhelmed, but I'm going to go out into the world anyway. You didn't calm yourself, you didn't, like, meditate, you didn't allow yourself to give yourself a little break before you actually were in a good place, right? And you go out there and then, like, 4 people are affected by that mood that you had, because you're actually a very powerful influence. You see what I'm saying? So God wants you to realize that. So when you get out into the sun 20 to 30 minutes a day, try to be isolated when you do, and because the sun is going to penetrate the energy of you, but it's also going to, like, shine out all the negativity. So it's going to have that room to do that. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling for you. And I love that, because this is like all the downloads and all the feelings of God giving me all these, like, receiving these messages for you. And, like, it's always a great way for me to also notice that in the way He works, because when I'm reading for you guys, He's giving me these things, I'm noticing them, and I'm like, wow, actually, that makes so much sense for me too. Like, I have gone out, and I feel like because I usually have to go out to go get the kids from school, and when you go get the kids from school, you know, you have multiple people around you, right? Yeah, and, like, I swear it's either, like, and if I'm in the process of getting some nice sun and the sun's shining out, like, the darkness of me, there's things that are around me that can definitely be projected onto you, as well as the moods of others, because I'm in that vulnerable state of everything being able to exit out of me, and then also things are coming in. And it's just all about being able to use your discernment when you're doing all these things. But the Ace of Wands is also, there's a lot of fiery energy with the fire element, obviously, with the solar plexus, but this is the opening of your confidence, of your self-esteem, of the ability to achieve, your goals through your willpower, through your desire, through your passion and your motivation and your dedication. And the thing is you have a purpose, you do, and one of the things is you really do like to make it a benefit in someone's life, to improve something within their life, gives you a sense of reward. Just seeing somebody else feel good with what you do makes you feel rewarded, because you're like, I did what I needed to do. They have that feels good to me. That's like your reward. That's your blessing to see somebody else benefit off of what you could show them. Love, advice, guidance, support, whatever it may be. Just a word of hi, hey, how are you? Because sometimes people don't even go out in public and say, hi, how are you? Hope you have a great day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't do that anymore. A lot of people have the social anxiety or whatever may happen. And when somebody does that, they're like, wow, I'm actually really good. How are you? Because it's like nobody can really see outside themselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Or they're just in the full fear zone. So that's what I have. I'm going to leave this here. I hope this helped you in any way it could. Y'all are so amazing. So incredible. And everything is looking up. Like, whoever this is that's manipulative has to go through this self-enlightenment energy where it's going to be a battle. But you know what they put other people through with their manipulation was very challenging. So they're going to have to face that karma. That is what it is. We all create it. This person, whoever it is, safety and love, uplifting energy, doing what they need to be doing, no longer feeling trapped. Then we have someone here that's depressed, right? But there's something about them checking in for alignment and seeing the positive in life more than they were before and trying to heal that situation, because the Cancer's energy of the Four of Cups. Okay, and that full moon in Cancer that we just had is very significant to a lot of these factors. And then this energy is all about noticing when you need to reflect upon your own emotional, mental, and spiritual and physical well-being before you present yourself out in the world. You see what I'm saying? That would be like me coming on here in a very droopy, pissy mood, right? And I'm just trying to give you guys a reading, but I'm probably missing certain things because I'm in this mood, and I'm probably messing with your guys' head because I'm in a cranky mood, whatever, you know? So I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to project any of that onto you. If I'm having a bad day, you usually don't see me. Sometimes, but lately I've just been really busy. But yeah, usually you wouldn't see me if I was really having one of those bad days and I was crying and I was having whatever, you know? Because I don't want to project that on anybody. I don't want my emotions to be put on someone else when they're already dealing with enough. The reason why you guys get tarot readings is because you guys are already dealing with enough, you know? So I'm not going to be the one to add to that, you know, or contribute to that negativity in your life. I want to do everything to make everything better for you. That's what my job is. So I got to make sure my job also is to take care of me and make sure I'm good, you know? Either way. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please stay positive and focus on you always, because you're important. You are necessary. You are purposeful. Okay?